ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मृतं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to our today's to our ISKCON Bulla official YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss 29th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad, 11th canto. And this chapter, it is the last chapter of the Lord's instructions to Uddhava. Uddhava, thinking that previously described spiritual practice based on detachment is too difficult, Uddhava inquired about an easier method. In reply, Lord Sri Krishna gave brief instructions on devotional service. That is the essence of worshipping the Lord. The fruitive workers and mystic yogis who are bewildered by the illusory energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and puffed up by their false identification refuse to take shelter at the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. But the swan-like men, those who know how to discriminate between the essential and non-essential, always take shelter at the lotus feet of the Personality of Godhead. It is stated in text 6. Naivopayan dyapachiting kavyastavesa brahmayusha vikrutam vruddha mudha smarantah jo andarvahi tanuvrutam asubhan vidhunnan acharya chaitava pusa shrugating vyanakti. Nayopayandi apachiting kavyastavesya. Even very, very learned persons cannot free themselves from the date of the Lord. Kavyastavesya, O my Lord. Brahmayusa vikrutam vruddha mudha smaranta. Even if one gets the lifespan of a Brahma, still then he cannot repay the debt. What the Lord has done for us. Jo antar vahi tanvrutang asubham vidunvan. The Lord remains in the heart as Chaitya Guru and outside as spiritual master, and he eradicates all inauspiciousness. Acharya Chaitya Vapusa Shugating Bananti. And in this way, Acharya Chaitya Vapusa, outside he is Acharya, spiritual master, inside he is Chaitya Guru, Chaitya Vapusa. Shugating Banakti, he gives the direction how to take shelter of him. So in the purport, Srila Jiva Goswami says, Lord Krishna is 10 million times more dear to a devotee than life itself. One should execute all duties for the sake of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, keeping one's mind absorbed in Him. One should take advantage of the sacred abodes of the Lord where His devotees reside, and one would serve the Lord and celebrate the festivals and holidays in His honor. By understanding all living beings to be Lord Krishna's place of residence, one can attain the ability to see equally everywhere, and thus all faulty qualities of envy, false ego, and so on will be removed. Bearing this in mind, the devotee should give up his proud relatives, his separatist outlook, and his mundane embarrassment, and should offer obeisances flat on the ground to all, even the dogs and outcasts. Mahaprabhu also says the same thing. Amanina manadena. You don't expect any respect, but you give respect to others. And then the Lord says, as long as one has not learned to see the presence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in all creatures, he must continue to use his body, mind, and speech to worship the Supreme Lord in that manner of offering full obeisances to all. Because this eternal process of devotional service to the Supreme Lord is transcendental and has been established by the Lord Himself, it can never to the slightest extent be defeated or proven fruitless. Stated in text 30 that the Lord, after giving all, Lord gave His all instructions to Uddhava, just like Arjuna. And in the 18th chapter, the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, Idam Dinatavaskaya, you don't say this essential knowledge to those persons, and you say this knowledge to those persons. Similarly, here also the Lord says to Uddhava, Naichatvaya Dambikaya Nastikaya Sathaya cha Asrusor Avaktaya Durvinitaya Diyata. You should not share these instructions with anyone who is hypocritical, atheistic or dishonest, or with anyone who will not listen faithfully, who is not a devotee or who is simply not humble. In his purport, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti says that Asruso means Asradhaya Sunanda, though he hears but he has no faith, Asruso. In text 31, the Lord says again to Uddhava, Etir doseir vihinaya brahmanaya priyaya cha sadhave shuchaye bruyat bhakti syat sudra jositam. That means this knowledge should be taught to one who is free from these bad qualities, who is dedicated to the welfare of the Brahmanas, and who is kindly disposed, saintly and pure. And if common workers and women are found to have devotion for the Supreme Lord, they are also to be accepted as qualified hearers. In his purport, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti says, Sudranang cha Joshitang cha jadi bhakti syat tari briyat. Even if he is Sudra, the lower caste, or lower in the Varnashrama Dharma, or even if he is a woman, still then, if he is a or she is a bhakta, then this sign should be given to him or instructed to him. So the Lord says in text 34, Matyo jada tyakta samasta karma niveditatma vichikissotame tadamrutatvam pratipadyamano mayatma bhuyaya chakalpadevi. When one offers himself completely to the Supreme Lord with exclusive devotion, the Lord becomes particularly pleased, and thus the devotee achieves immortality, becoming qualified to obtain opulence equal to that of the Lord. So in his purport, Siddhartha Swami says, Vichikitsuto means Visishta Kartum Ishto Bhavati. That means to give more respect. Adhika samananiya, adhika samananiya, adhika samananiya is more respectable. After receiving these instructions, Sri Uddhava went to Badrikashram in pursuance of Lord Krishna's order, and by perfectly carrying out the instructions of the Supreme Lord, he attained the Lord's transcendental abode. By faithfully serving these instructions spoken by the personality of Godhead to Uddhava, the greatest of devotees, the entire world can become liberated. So, in this way, of course, there are two more chapters are there, but in those chapters, it will be described by Sukadeva Goswami how the Lord left this world, went back to his spiritual world. So, before leaving this, it is stated in Padma Purana, before leaving this, or after leaving this world, he entered into this ocean of Srimad Bhagavatam. This Bhagavatam is non-different from him, the Lord. The entire Srimad Bhagavatam, 12th canto, are 12 parts of his body, spiritual body. So this 11th canto is stated to be his head, where there is so knowledge is there, and it also describes how to get liberated from this material world. There are 10 subject matters. So in this 11th canto, it is described how one gets liberation, mukti. In this way, the Lord instructed Uddhava and sent him to Badrika Ashrama, where there is a long purport why Lord Krishna sent Uddhava to Badrika Ashrama. It is stated by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur The Lord has his pastimes everywhere in this universe. He went to the spiritual world, he went to the Patal Loka or Sutal Loka, he went to heaven, and he also in Bhumandala he went to several places during his pastimes, but he didn't visit this Badrikasrama. That's why the Badrikasrama, the two rishis are there, Arjuna and Narayana. It is stated also Narayana are the incarnations. This Krishna and Arjuna, they are not Narayana. The Lord sent Uddhava unto that place so that he will disseminate this knowledge in the absence of the Lord. In this way, we are getting this knowledge. The Lord wants us to get this knowledge so that we will go back to Him, to the spiritual world. So thank you very much. Please don't forget to subscribe, share and listen, like our channel and get the blessings of the Lord. Hare Krishna.